Welcome to Decimal Numbers. This is your math test prep video. Are you ready? Let's dive into decimal numbers and get you prepared for your test. I'm Mrs. Fidel, and you're watching Genius Plus Twins. Welcome to our review section. Here, you'll see a place value chart that extends from the tens place all the way to the millionths place. This chart helps us understand exactly where each digit sits in a decimal number. Numbers can be represented in three different forms. Standard form shows the number using digits like 45.873291. Expanded form breaks the number apart to show the value of each digit, such as 40 plus 5 plus 0.8 plus 0.07 plus 0.003, and so on. The written form expresses the number in words, like 45 and 873,291 millionths. To convert from standard form to expanded form, you break apart each digit according to its place value. For written form, you read the whole number part first, say "and" for the decimal point, then read the decimal part, followed by the place value of the last digit. Now you're entering the test zone. Here is your first question. You were given the standard form number 45.873291, or you could say 45 and 873,291 millionths. The digit 7 is in the blank place. Let's load the answer. The digit 7 is in the hundredths place, which is 2 places after the decimal. Question 2. Write the number in expanded form. The number given is 47.582,639, or we could also say that as 47 and 582,639 millionths. Remember, when you're writing a number in expanded form, break the number apart. We're loading the answer. The expanded form is 40 plus 7 plus decimal 5, make sure to put a 0 in front of that decimal 5, plus 0.08 plus 0.002 plus 0.00006 plus 0.00003 plus 0.000009. This means we're showing the value that each digit contributes to the total number based on its position. Question 3. Let's load it up. Write this number in written form. The number is given in standard form as, here are the digits, 156.074283. Remember, we're writing it in written form, which is only in words. We're loading the answer. The written form is 156 and 74,283 millionths. Let's load the next question. Question number 4. Write in written form. The number given in standard form has the digits 9.308456. Remember to use only words, no digits, to express this standard form number. We're loading the answer. The written form is 9 and 308,456 millionths. Notice how "and" is used to represent the decimal point in written form. Question number 5. Write in standard form. Here you are given the expanded form where the number has been broken apart. It shows 8 plus 0.3 plus 0.07 plus 0.002 plus 0.00009 plus 0.00005 plus 0.000001. That's a lot of zeros. Remember that when you're writing a number in standard form, you are only recording the digits. We're loading the answer. The standard form is 8.372951, or you could also express it as 8 and 372,951 millionths. Question number 6. Write in standard form. The written form is given here. It shows in words 63 and 428,596 millionths. Remember to record only the digits. Now we're loading the answer. The standard form is 63.428,596, which you could also say as 63 and 428,596 millionths. Question number 7. Here, you compare the values with less than, greater than, or equal to. Compare the value of 7 in 45 and 738,291 millionths and the value of the 7 in 23 and 567,489 millionths. Remember to only record the sign less than, greater than, or equal to. As well, remember, you aren't comparing the entire numbers. You are only comparing the value of 7 in each of the numbers. We're loading the answer. The answer is greater than because you're comparing only the value of the 7s, not the whole numbers. The first 7 is in the 10ths place, right after the decimal, while the second 7 is in the thousandths place, 3 places after the decimal, making the first 7 greater in value. Now we are moving on to question 8. You are asked to round 847 and 329,516 millionths to the nearest 10th, nearest hundredth, nearest thousandth, and nearest 10,000th. Remember that rounding up or down depends on the number in the place value to the right, so be cautious when rounding. Let's load the answers. When rounding to the nearest 10th, the answer is 847 and 3/10, or 847.3. You do not round up to 4 in the tenths position. You keep it at 3 because the number to the right of 3 in the hundredths place is a 2. If it was 5 or greater, you would round it up. If it's 4 or less, you round down. So it stays at 3. Next, we are rounding to the nearest hundredth. The answer is 847.33, or 847 and 33 hundredths. In this case, the number to the right of the hundredths place is a 9. So you round the 2 up to a 3, making it 847 and 33 hundredths. Next, you were asked to round to the nearest thousandth. The number to the right of the thousandth digit is a 5. So you would round the thousandth digit up. But in this case, the thousandth digit is a 9, so you also have to round up the digit before that in the hundredths position. So the answer would be 847.330, or 847 and 330 thousandths. Lastly, you were asked to round to the nearest 10,000th. Here, if you are rounding to the 10,000ths position, you need to look at the digit to the right of the 10,000ths place. And that number in the 100,000ths is a 1. So instead of rounding up to 6, because it is only 1, you would round it down to 5. So the answer would be 847.3295, or 847 and 3,295 10,000ths. That wraps up our decimals numbers test prep session. Good luck on your test, everyone. If this video was helpful, please give it a thumbs up by clicking the like button. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so now to stay updated with more math help from Genius Plus Twins. This is Mrs. Spadell. Till next time.